up. So what do? You just remember, and I saw this on a video that I thought was hilarious. So here is a scientist who says, you think you know what you are. Well, I think the title of the email of the piece was, if you think you're a human being, think again. I think that was the name of the video, so look it up somewhere. So it says here, what you are, he's a scientist, is 50 trillion cells, 20 trillion atomic structures, 1,000 trillion something else that I don't remember, all of which is moving at the speed of light. So we say, no, I'm Mary Margaret and I'm sitting right here and I see all of you. And the truth of it is, this whole thing is moving at the speed of light, and not only that, it's broken up into 1,000 trillion particles of something. But we say, no, I'm Mary Margaret, my story is real, I've got a problem, I've got to work it, most of all, I've got to create it, I've got to create being in the present. Look, how can anything that is moving that fast possibly have any effect on what your little, and mine, I'll make it personal, my tiny little mind's going to come up with? My little tiny mind says, no, I'm going to create the next moment the way I want it. All the time, the speed of light is moving. These 1,000 trillion whatevers are moving, and there's this little voice that says, I can control all this. Hey, just watch, I can control all this. And then we go to all these big conferences and we learn how to control all this, and then we go home and we think, I can't control all this. I must be doing it wrong. So we go again, or we get another person, or we keep moving, and we do this, and all. So what is the absolute magic of this time in our world? If there indeed is a world, which is another subject. But right now, can we let go of any kind of thinking, seeking? Remember Bartholomew, pardon the vernacular, stinking thinking. Okay? And it's stinking thinking, not because there's anything wrong with thinking, because there's nothing we can do about that. Here's the problem. It creates, as the scientist said, an alternate reality. Check it out. The alternate realities do not manifest, except some of them do. And that is where we get trapped, because some of them do. So we think, oh, that one worked. Remember Bartholomew and the plastic steering wheel? And that, little kid in the back seat is doing the steering wheel, thinks he knows just what's doing, and the beautiful car goes in the other direction. The child doesn't notice, goes the other direction. Oh yes, I did it that way. I'm doing this thing. It's all tricks of the mind. And that's not a problem. That is not a problem for anyone in this room, anyone getting the CDs, anyone watching this on YouTube, or anyone who's watched anything that has any openness to it. Because the openness is, there is simply no need to have this thought that I have to find something. That is the thought that's the killer. But then what happens is, certain people who have this thought, and then, whoa, they meditate for 6 years, 8 years, whatever, and they become awake. And we go, oh, what did they do? Oh, they did all that. Oh, then that means that I've got to do that, and I've got to calm my mind, and I've got to meditate, and I've got to be a vegetarian, I've got to wear green on Tuesdays. I can't remember what the colors were, but certain colors bring in certain vibrations during the day, and if you wear that color, you have a better chance of awakening. We've done a lot of nutty things around something. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with wearing green on Tuesday. That's a great idea. The thing that's scary is you're going to remember this every day of your life, and then you realize it's not working. I'm in my green dress on Tuesday, and I feel terrible. I just feel terrible. I've had a terrible day. Here we go. What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? I think this is the one thing that saddens me the most with my beautiful clients that I work with, is the thought that they are doing something wrong. That somehow they have done this. Whatever, in my words today, whatever movement of the Tao, instead of this relaxing into the magnificent thundering creation of the moment that's moving so fast that there's nothing to do but admire it. Even if you hate it, admire this, I hate this. Admire this, I'm bored to death. Admire this, I'm scared to death. You know, there is, I know it sounds so, I don't know what it sounds like to you, but it is not very logical, but it's wonderful to get to the positioning of knowing that whatever is arising is the same as whatever is arising. Whatever is arising is the same as what is next arising. And next is all the same. But you say, yes, but some of those are hurt and some of those are wonderful. And I say, that's great. And behind all of that, within all of that, reflected on all of that, however you want to put it, is this magnificent, absolutely ever-present, unspeakable, oh, there is something here. We never doubt that there is something that is alive and awake to all of this. So then we take it, what Katie would call second generation, and we go out there and we don't like what we see. Good. It's the same as liking what you see. When you finally understand that the real amazing wonder is not in what is happening to you. It is not in what is happening to you. It is because if there is moments of magnificence, it's because for some moment things have stopped enough that what is always under shows itself. And we call this magic. And the truth of it is, it's the other way around. The magic is the movie. Talk about a magical projection. You know this. It's a projection onto the magnificence of what is excitingly or calmly, whatever way it comes for you, always there if you remember just the simplicity.